I believe it is a good thing to have a friend that can push you beyond your limits. So today I'm building something I've never done before. The whole concept of it is new to me, so I'm learning as I go. So for some inspiration, I'll be using the smaller version here, which is what I'm replacing with this project. So in order to make the dividers, I had to make slots on each of those pieces, and rather than doing it one at a time, I just tipped them all together and then added tape in the exact spot where I'll be making the slots. That will help with tear outs. And these are the spacers that I used. So I'm just finishing off the ones that go vertical, and then I'll switch over to doing the ones that go horizontal. So just in case I forget to mention it, this will hold a total of 81 shot glasses, regular shot glasses, and 27 of the taller shot glasses. I'm just realizing that that might be confusing, but this is a cabinet for shot glasses, not short glasses. Therefore, shot glasses. I know you get the point. Now I'm dry fitting it to make sure everything is aligned properly before I'll fasten them with glue and some nails to hold the frame together. So trying to get this to be aligned properly took much longer than I anticipated. I even had my wife there helping me to keep it all in place. Yeah, she was there to help. So I know I haven't mentioned this before, but what I'm using for the frame is not a standard size or standard dimension wood. I had to plane these down to, I think, about a little bit over half an inch. And so I didn't measure the width or the length, but rather just cut enough, well, more than enough, so that I can get the exact measurement of what the width should be after I had dry fitted everything. That way I would be certain that it will fit just perfectly. So now I'm just about to glue everything together. I'm doing this on top of a plastic table. That way I can clean off the glue easily afterwards. This will be a good time to subscribe to this channel if you've not already done so. Thank you. Now I'll just clamp the four sides together and let it dry overnight. Well, actually, I don't need to leave it to dry overnight, but I believe I did in this case because I'm using the quick and thick, my usual go-to glue, and it dries pretty fast, but I believe I left this overnight. So one of the specific requests for this was for me to keep it really light and not use very heavy wood. So I'm using the same material I used for the dividers to do the back. Now I'm going to the other interesting part of this build, and what I'm doing is trying to score the acrylic because I didn't use glass on it. I'm using acrylic because this one's really lighter than the glass option. But I thought after scoring it with my drywall knife, which is really sharp, and then using the utility knife, it would have just snapped off. Apparently it didn't budge, so I had to figure out something else. So I ended up with the oscillating tool. I had to do a few passes with it, but it got the job done. I don't know if you can tell, but there was a lot of vibration going on there. You probably can see the things I had on top of it all moving about. That was a bad idea to begin with. So I ended up adding some clamps, but that didn't help either. But I was just ready to be done with this part of it. Now I'm just working on the cabinet door frame, and I'll get the groove ready to slide in the acrylic in there to keep it secure. So at this point in the video, I just want to remind you that all you need is just a little faith and some DIY action. And in life, we need just a little bit of faith and some action towards that thing that we're believing for. I believe we were all gifted with some level of creativity by the ultimate creator. So we just have to find it and develop that gift. And now I'm just doing the miter cuts for the frame there. Now I'll assemble the door frame and attach it to the cabinet. One thing I would say, because I'm using very light material, I had to add an extra piece on top of this to keep it sturdy because it was really flexible. I think that's the challenge there, trying to keep the entire build to a minimum weight, but then want to make sure that it is also sturdy. So I ended up adding an extra piece on top of it, which actually serves as a decorative piece on top of the cabinet door. So I'm trimming around the plastic cover on top of the acrylic. I didn't remove the whole thing, that way I can avoid scratching the acrylic before I'm done with the project. I eventually took it off once I've stained it and cleaned everything up, removed all the dust. But for now I'm keeping the plastic cover on both sides. Now that it's all done, I just use a piano hinge and attach the door to the cabinet. With the door attached, it was time to stain it, and I'm using a one coat all-in-one stain and polyurethane, and I'm just doing the door frame, the cabinet frame. I'm not staining the inside, I'm just leaving it as it is. One thing I did do was to spray a few coats of polyurethane inside, just to add just to give some added protection. But I didn't use this one in there. I just used a regular water-based polyurethane and sprayed the inside of the cabinet, all the shelves. I made sure to spray all of it. Now I'm just using a foam brush to get the stain of the poly stain all around the door frame and the cabinet frame itself. And then it was done. So as a whole, I am pretty satisfied with how things turned out with this. Like I said, this was my first time building this, and I had a couple challenges, but I am very satisfied with how it turned out. Thank you for watching.